We are live. Number 11, 10 and 1.
Victory!
10 and 1. As always, we will get to your comments. So if you're listening later, we will going to be reading comments. If you hear us referring to random people, that's it. That's what it's about.
And if you are on live with us, make sure you engage. Definitely post. We will be moderating them throughout. If you want to moderate for us, please let us know. We are looking for some people to moderate.
Mods.
Dude, what a game, man.
Hell yeah. Most one of half of the games.
You good? I feel like you're lost for words right now.
I am lost for words. I'm trying to pick and choose what I say wisely.
I'm trying to let you open. I'm trying to let you do an open here, but it's like dead air. Come on, man.
It's dead air because it's dead air because I got T.O., and I'll shout this out because I can joke around with them. I got T.O. doing sit-ups in the driveway because I'm in the middle of a contract holdout, if anybody's watching. And I didn't get too rowdy at the game because I was trying to come to terms on my deal. So that's all I'll say about that.
Don't worry. Your boy brought it home. Section 115.
I was chilling.
Me, the father-son duo.
I was soft.
We were live.
But, so that's that. But it was very identical to the Chiefs game, 17-7 going in half, a horrible first half. And, once you score a touchdown 14-17, it's a new ball game pretty much. We don't get started till we're down and score two.
Dare I say it was a little worse? I thought that Eagles actually played a little bit of a worse first half. Same point differential, but the feeling of hope did not feel there.
I think they had two turnovers. Hurts had one and Gainwell had the big fumble. So I think more turnovers. They were minus two, which was way worse. Way worse.
And by the way, a lot of you guys are tuning in right now. We will be selecting the two winners for the caption contest. If you guys don't know, you can still comment on it or vote at this point. I don't know if you're going to rack up the likes it takes to win. But we have the picture of our Marshawn Lynch looking fan and some guy, I don't even know his first name, number 97, Phillips, who decided to get into it with one of our fans that had front row seats to the point where he put his hands on him, which I would imagine there's got to be some discipline eventually come from the NFL. So we had a caption this contest. Winner gets a sticker on Facebook, a Philthy sticker. We'll mail it out to you.
Caption
most liked comment. Yeah.
The was busting the Buffalo Bills fans when the people went into their house. I like that. The original poster of that got like millions of views, hundreds of thousands of likes, and they like almost passed us on Instagram. That video went so viral. But I
good for them.
So I got to caption this up. We're gonna pick that winner.
Are you able to swap out the picture in the middle throughout, or that stays?
I just did, yeah, a little bit. It's a little delayed on there, but Hurts is the most.
Oh, cool.
Hurts is the most clutch player in the league right now. Yeah.
Say less.
He's got, I don't know. They compare his stats to other people that aren't winning as many games. But we'll take it.
Listen, guys, I'm going to make this real simple for anybody that's fence riding or trying to hold their emotions. Yeah, ride the wave. Just ride the wave, guys. This is it, man. 10 and 1. Absolutely just doing things that shouldn't happen. Go Birds.
South Texas. We will be down there in 2 weeks. Someone said, yo, Philly, South Texas. So they compared him. He has less yards than Jordan Love and I think like less touchdowns, but that wasn't counting his rushing touchdowns, which he has like a bajillion. So there was like a side by side with hate stats, just win. Yeah, he doesn't lose. He's allergic to losing. So is Jake Elliott. That was someone said when we were running out. He's allergic to losing.
You're on your own for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I hate stats. People putting side by side with teams on with teams with losing record and things like that. But it's all good, baby. So we never lost faith. Going to games in person is a is much different than watching it on TV. Same emotions either way. Some of the fans get rowdy, Why the heck is Gainwell on the field so much? Canadian here. Let's go, Birds. Why the heck is Gainwell on the field so much? Why does Brian Johnson keep calling QB power? Why this? Why that? And then when you're at home, you're probably playing couch coach as well. But we never lost the faith because, to be honest with you, get down a score, 2 scores. All it takes is to make a couple plays and to reset. And if you're down a score and going into the fourth quarter, you got a chance. And that's what this Eagles team's at. They're down 2 scores going into halftime. They cut it to basically 1 score going into the end of the game. And then they steal it because they're a better team. They have more talent. They got a clutch guy. They got a guy, people that know how to win. And he's not going to stop until he gets his championship, Jalen Hurts. He's not going to stop. He's not going to smile. He's one of a kind, to say the least. And
one of one.
He wins games.
And your boy is recovering from laryngitis, by the way. I'm not even sick. I screamed so much at the game. I lost my voice for 2 days, and I'm on the tail end of it, so I had to go grab water. But everything you said is that I caught the tail end of is right. They're so dialed in. To think that they're taking any of this for granted would be just, you obviously aren't following the team behind the scenes. Did you see the clip when Elliott makes the field goal and Jason Kelce and Hurts are just stone-faced?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so dialed. Like it's not like in a deep emotional, they're not like riding the emotion of the game. They're so focused on the end goal that they're just like, they're laser beamed in there, man. It's different. It's like watching, one of the greats in clutch time. I'm not ready to put him there yet. They have to prove it, but his mental is there. If the physical can keep up and for God's sakes, our offensive coordinator can put together a normal game, 4 quarters. I mean, when that happens, we will be dangerous, really dangerous.
Yeah. Nasty comment. Not going to read it, but yeah, the kid was wearing blackface, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm not even going to hide from it. It was half red, half black, but
I'm happy to comment on that. So we didn't have any viewpoint of the kid one way or the other. My stance has always been focused on the NFC East, which is the tradition of the NFC East. So if it's okay for the Chiefs to be the Chiefs, why can't the Redskins be the Redskins? That's been my point forever. And if it's not, if we've decided as a country that we're going to say the Redskins is no longer, then the Chiefs can be no longer. I don't care either way. My son dressed up like Jason Kelce at the Super Bowl parade. I get it. It's a kid in a costume. There's no ill intent. His parents don't have ill intent. I don't think he's trying to be racist or anything like that. But, I say all or none. The Cleveland Indians can't be the Cleveland Indians anymore. The Redskins can't be the Redskins anymore. But yet the Braves can be the Braves and the Chiefs can be the Chiefs. If that's the choice, then that's the choice. But I don't know why you're calling us names. We're just pointing out what's going on in the world, brother.
Yeah, I'm not going to address that at all because I don't know the origin. Some people think being brave and being the chief or being a president or being at the top of the group is good, and color of skin and everything else, and calling an Indian that's not from India and instead of Native or Native American is racist. But it's not our team. For the Eagles, are most probably American symbol going, and all the teams have rich history and tradition, and they're gonna do what's best for them. And Eric was attacking us down bad.
Go Birds! Go Birds!
But yeah, so and the Eagles is a completely different team. I think they showed it. They only have like 6 holdovers from the Super Bowl team, and with Cox going down a little bit, a guy stepped up. Christian Ellis played well. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis played the most snaps they've ever played ever, and they were amazing. And they when they put them in more snaps in the second half, they only allowed, I think, like 2.5 yards or something on the ground. So they were gashing us early in the run game. They had us off balance. Although they did still put up 30 some odd points. And, the future of the Eagles is now the present. They've got young guys. They've figured out how to draft well. They've got veterans. They've got more than one good receiver.
How about
speaking of the Chief,
the point that Dad brought up today? So Phil and I got to spend the afternoon hanging out with our dad, who's the one who got us started in our fandom, and his point is valid. If you look at the owners that got into teams and then the teams really ballooned in value, not expansion teams or anything like that. So you're talking about the Patriots, the Cowboys, where their value was at one thing, and then through the 2000s, the teams doubled and tripled in value. Those teams are the teams that are still holding on to success really well because they have the money to do so. They have great facility. Not to get too global and get off of the whole idea of the game, but I think our stadium might be ready for some sort of upgrade soon. And we're going on 20 years now of it being the way it was. I think they need to juice it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I kind of went off the deep end. But that's a roundabout way of me saying I think that factors into the team's success is having an owner that is excellent. Jeffrey Lurie is amazing. Everybody gives it all to Howie, but Jeffrey Lurie puts him in that position. So shout out to Jeffrey.
Yeah, they defer a lot of money, which is a Howie thing. They call him like a cap genius, but to defer money means to put yourself in a lot of debt down the line with interest and more and adding on currently and future debt. But I mean, he did buy it for a few $100 million, and now it's worth billions of dollars. And he's willing to pay to put a winning product on the field, and I think that would continue with you can close in some of the sides and some of the open air, maybe add in more seats, and without knocking down the whole stadium. The Eagles need to continue being humble.
Be humble, continue being hungry. Don't think ahead into the playoffs. The season's not over yet. Keep that ego tamed. I think you saw that embodied in my reference to Hurts and Kelsey just laser, like furious face. I think it's NFL.com was posted that reel of them. And I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Real quick, end of the game. Help me out. I'm still a little foggy on this. Did the Bills kneel to go to overtime and they still had a timeout?
I don't know about the timeout, but they definitely kneeled to go into overtime. And there was I think they did have one because there was still a good 20, 30 seconds. Like if they got a chunk play, they could have called a timeout, then out of bounds, then field goal, and they could have won it right there. I was shocked they didn't take a shot. And even if they threw an interception deep down the field, it would have been like a punt. We wouldn't really have enough time to go down the field, do anything. So, yeah.
How about this? The fact that they also burnt a timeout trying to ice Jake Elliott. When are we going to give up on icing kickers on the caliber of Jake Elliott? If you want to ice Brent Mayhar from the Dallas Cowboys that couldn't kick a field goal, an extra point last season to save his life. Okay, you want to ice Brent Mayhar, knock yourself out. But you're not icing Jake Elliott. And B, if they did have an extra timeout at the end of the game when they kneeled, they'd had 2 timeouts and the ball. And
the only time icing I've seen work was with non-professionals, like in college, like in Ohio State, Michigan, they actually iced the kid. He actually made it during the timeout, and then the next they called timeout, and then he had to kick it again, and he missed. That's
Yeah, I
a
don't think
young
you iced
kid.
Jake
That's
Elliott.
a young kid. It's not Jake Elliott, but
I would love to see its statistic. Is calling a timeout to ice the kicker, does it affect misses? Because it really feels like they're probably gonna miss anyway.
some
They don't need to get
are
iced.
some are creatures of habit. So if you disrupt their stance, it's worth a try. It's better than just letting them kick it as is with.
Oh, all right. So take that as it may. I'm going to challenge it a step further. What about time left on the clock? You want to ice the guy when he's doing a 2-second runoff. You know, they're snapping it with 2 seconds left. You're going to ice the guy. There was 30 seconds left. So you ice him, you blow a timeout, then you add another timeout on the other side of it. That's 2 timeouts in 30 seconds. I don't know.
They
Give me Jalen
ball.
Hurts 2 timeouts in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So anyway.
They didn't.
That's where I'm
impressive. At the Zaccheaus touchdown was the first time we had the lead in the game, and then they scored. Our defense let them right back down the field and take the lead again, and then we tied it. So, they played really, really well, but they needed that game. They're now 6-6. They're on the outside looking into the final playoff spot, I believe. That was a really big game for them. So, Jake is better than Akers. Yeah.
Oh, that was a great debate. So I posted something about that earlier. Who's the greatest kicker? Are we ready to change our minds on that? And I don't know.
People weren't ready after the Commanders game when he kicked the game-winning field goal. People weren't ready because Akers played for so much longer. But now with the Giants 60 some odd in this one and another game winner earlier this year, he's
built some clutch kicks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a lot of kicks in the Super Bowl. So definitely. And if you win, and if he wins another one, he'll have 2 rings.
John can't ice a kicker with ice in his veins. John has big shoes to fill this week. John's sitting in the filthy seats. Phil and I have a lot going on, and family-wise, and are traveling in the near future. And John took our seats, so go get him out there, John.
Richard got his sticker. I got more in, so we missed a handful of people. We got more in, and if we saw somebody in the comments from Texas, so if you're in Texas, we're bringing them the rest down to Texas to give to people on the plane that are traveling with us with Philly Sports Trips, and to give people at the tailgate, and because
yeah. Texas.
There, let's go. That's good, John. John's super generous for buying, selling tickets, and sending us tips all the time. And then now getting to sit in the most awesome section with E-Rock and with
Mrs. Elliott. So Mrs. Elliott, John, if you're listening, behind us, like to the left, there's like fancy boxes. She's the row in front of the heated boxes. She's like a pretty nice little girl. You wouldn't even realize it. Sometimes she wears Jake Elliott stuff. Sometimes she doesn't. And every time he makes a kick, we always turn around. She always like smiles, or we give her a high five. She's awesome.
Yeah, sitting next to her with clutch kicks is the business.
Yes, sir. So what do
we got no home games now though, because of Christmas and New Year's with the holidays. I'm doing the baptism. We're doing Christmas, obviously. Like this Niners one was our last one. We have no more home games now, so we have to get that bye and get to the playoffs.
Brad just confirmed my theory. There was 1 timeout in 20 seconds, so no ice. You got 2 timeouts in 20. Absolute garbage coaching call by Buffalo.
You can get 2 big chunk plays and kick a field goal right there and win it in regulation. Instead, with the OT rules, they had to give us the ball. We gotta look for Annie Elliott for sure, because we ain't burning no timeouts. Annie Elliott's gonna kick one.
No.
Live in the Bay Area. They're out here talking that trash. Can't wait to shut them up again. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. They're really good. They're blowing teams out. We're winning tight games. That's why they opened up as the favorite. Merrill Reese was on the record saying he's not really surprised because they've been playing playoff teams. Like Seattle's like in a wild card spot right now, and they've played other playoff teams, and they've been blowing them out. We were doing that last year. not necessarily playoff teams, but we were blowing teams out all year last year. And this year it's been really tight. But this stretch of games has been, with the strength of schedule, has been absolute insanity for the Eagles, for them to run the table. Thanks, Cal. Following from NC. Let's get
nice. We have some family. We have some family down there in North Kakalaka.
That's one on the list for sure. The Carolina Panthers. That'd be a nice trip. We've been to Charleston. South Carolina.
Never been to Carolina.
That's one of the good ones. Next year, definitely New Orleans is going to be a big one.
Yeah, and my family does Outer Banks every other summer. We do the old stereotypical rent a big old house down there with groups of friends from college. Now that we all have kids together, and love it down there. Love NC.
So I think the Niners have 3 losses, and so do the Cowboys. Even if going like 1-1 in these next 2, that would put us at 2 losses, and that would put one of those guys at 4, and kind of mathematically really separate yourself. Because at the end of the year, you have the Giants twice, you have Arizona. You run the table against the next 2. I mean, you're going to be resting people very, very, very soon. Is this where Philly breaks out? They're due to break out. Yeah. They could also be due for a loss. What's up, Phil? Spare.
And what's up, Chris? Good to see you again, man.
Chris is chilling.
Chris rolled with us to the game last year.
Yeah. The Eagles could break out. They could. We kind of shut Debo down last year. He had that like fumble play, and Ayuk doesn't really scare me.
I don't know, man. I'm almost over predicting this team. So like last week I got the score really close. I predicted a 3-point win, but I said that the game could go either 2 ways. Like either they were going to really find their footing and kind of roll, or maybe lose. My prediction, I ended up just kind of like hedging myself with a close game. But in my like analysis of the game, I'm like, they're finally going to roll. I'm like, or it's all going to crumble down. But then that didn't happen. You had a Chiefs clone game. So like, I'm not going to pick the Eagles to lose the rest of the way. There's no way, unless they start sitting people or something like that. And then the prediction doesn't even matter, because we'll be chattering about playoffs then. But
Phil feels it in his soul.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. That's where I'm at, bro.
And Richard saw me in Vegas at my bachelor party when it was Eagles Raiders. Richard, I am sorry. We owe you another hang because I was down bad.
I was about to say, what trip to Vegas? I have no idea what you're talking about, Richard, at all.
I'm hoping. Got my hat on, my new job. Me going out there once a year because they have the iHeart Music Festival. Vegas, for sure.
Yeah.
They've been due for a loss, but they're also unkillable. Jason masks this week.
Listen, Vinny, I'll be your E. Take me with you.
Heck yeah.
I think the younger brother owes the older brother a couple. Let's go.
Purdy gets hurt again. Prediction from Phil. What they gonna say when he ends up in the blue tent? I wouldn't be surprised.
So what?
They had a rough stretch where they lost 3 in a row. Then he had 2 near perfect QBRs. He's injury prone, and that's the big difference.
We came up with the nickname Red Cowboys because their fan base is exactly like the Cowboys fan base. They have no analysis of the game. It's all just like, we got, we're going to win, you're going to lose, we got you this week. Like, that's it. That's what their fans do. It's all just like nonsense. So I could care less what they say, what their excuses are going to be. They'll have everything in the world. If they beat us, we told you. Da, da, da. If they lose, it was the refs. How many it was the refs posts are we gonna look at this year? I don't care about any of that. I just want to freaking Lombardi win this damn thing.
The Jason mask, the Philly Jason. So what I was gonna do is they got and I'll get back to the Niners, but the Philly Jason mask, I was gonna get like one of the white ones. I saw one on there for like $10, and I was just gonna buy like a can of like as close as I can get to Kelly Green spray paint and just spray it green. But yeah, the Niners were the '80s, team, and the Cowboys the '90s team, and a lot of their fans like don't even really watch the game. They're just like a fan of the brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Lakers
Well
and the
said.
Yankees.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
And they're not in the Northeast. People from the Northeast are just. Although New York sports has been kind of bad, people from the Northeast are just way more like it's the mecca for sports. Boston, Philly, New York stuff. People from I don't really know if you're from California if you're that, dialed in.
Yeah. The Jason Mass thing, if you guys aren't following that, that's kind of something we came up with, that the Eagles just won't die. Like, you feel like you finally got them, and you're down by 10, and then they're down by 10 again, and then it's overtime. So I was on the ride home. I'm like, dude, I heard somebody say something about, like, they remind him of Jason because they just never die. Like, Jason keeps coming back. And I immediately posted, I'm like, Jason Mask. Because we did the dog mask for the Super Bowl. Then we did the ski mask season. And I think Jason Mask would be the next best thing. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I think you bust the Jason Mask out for the playoffs. I don't know if we bust them out this week. I said wear them Sunday. People want to start wearing them, get the buzz going on them.
Oh, yeah, it's Jason Mask season full on. These next two games are super important to lock in that home field. And everyone's asking about Darius Leonard. And, when Nick Sirianni joined the Eagles, they asked him who his favorite player was in Indy. I thought it was kind of cop-out because everyone was like, he only worked on the offensive side of the ball. And they asked him who his favorite player was. And he said Darius Leonard, Shaq Leonard, the linebacker for the Colts. He's probably about to join the Eagles if he doesn't join the Cowboys. But we've learned with Nick Sirianni, he has a great relationship with everybody. It's not just the offense. He's BG's one of his best friends on the team. And if the money's the same and you want to win, Shaq Leonard, you got to come to Philly, man, and you get to reunite with Nick Sirianni. I don't know how he would pick the Cowboys over the Eagles, especially because he's probably going to start. Zach Cunningham's out. Nicole Dean's out for a while. And we got to get back to the Super Bowl. We got to win that.
Phil, if any Eagles fans, not you, Phil Spare, if any Eagles fans say that, this is what you respond with. First of all, it doesn't work like that, okay? It was proven when the Eagles beat the Giants 3 times in a row. The 1 year they drew them in an early playoff game a couple years ago. And then the other thing is like it's just like the casino. Like, just because roulette wheel hit red 5 times in a row, the next one's not going to be black. It could be red again. Every game's its own game. So every game takes on its own shape. I got no problem beating the Niners Sunday and beating them again. And guess what? Who says the Niners are going to the NFC Championship? The Niners lose 3 games. Debo's kind of hurt. They might fizzle out. I'm fearless of the Red Cowboys.
Yeah.
We are the gauntlet, as E-Rock said. The gauntlet is us. This is the gauntlet of the schedule. We've won every game. Why stop now?
That's the selling point. Super Bowl bound. Listening from Oklahoma. So you're a Jalen Hurts person.
Let's go. Let's go. I bucket list want to go to one of those, like, Oklahoma, Nebraska football games, like those just like middle of the country football games so bad. They got to be so fun.
Yeah.
Like Alabama, Oklahoma, I don't even know. Something like that. That would be sick.
So you want to get to some comments?
Yeah, let's do so we did Red Cowboys preview. We did Buffalo reaction. You want to do meme of the week? You got to go first, because for my meme of the week, I'm going to pick winners for the caption contest.
Mine is going to be
Nebraska's trash. All right, noted.
I like this big lit me up on Instagram. Ours is going bananas, but you gotta see the original post too. These guys' neighbors are Buffalo Bills fans, and they barge in their house, and they start the guy starts smashing.
He starts humping the thing. Oh yeah.
And the comments are like, "Yo, this guy's enjoying that." And then the lady whips out a frying pan and starts hitting him with a frying pan.
It's
So
so
that's
good.
funny. That's funny, man. And then you had a caption contest going.
Yeah, of course I'm dying again.
Just 500 comments on this. How'd you pick the best one?
Whatever comment has the most likes.
Oh.
But I don't know if I can give it to this Taylor Swift. Oh, wait. I found the winner. Eric Paul Novotny. Kick rocks, young bull. That's like in quotes, and it's Marjon instead of Marshawn. Marjon, a.k.a. East Mode. So kick rocks, young bull, wins Facebook. Eric Paul Novotny.
Rustig said, keep my team's name out your mouth. It got 97 likes.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
All right, well, then we'll do...
Like the Will Smith. Keep your name out my mouth, like the Will Smith.
All right.
Which
That's technically the winner then with the most likes. But
we can send stickers to a couple.
Done. All right, two winners on Facebook. It is. It's our page. It's our rules. Dang it.
Oh, go get your shine box. That's amazing.
All right, fine. Give him message. Go get your shine box too. All right, go get your shine box is good too. All right, go get your shine box. Gets a sticker.
Oh my God, that's good. So those are good comments.
All right, good. And then we gotta and let's see what if there's
a couple more people that sent us a stamped return envelope, and we sent them stickers. So we got the rest of those going out, and some of our Phil, Phil's an OG. So we got
oh, the two that have the most on Instagram are good people.
All right, we'll have to send a couple, 58. And we got Phil. And we got one that we missed on the last go around. We got to make good on the sticker Jones.
Is that Marshawn Lynch has the most likes? 58 likes, I think, on Instagram. I don't see anything with. Oh wait, nope, 117. I'm just here so you get fined. Oh, that's really good. I'm just here so you get fined. Marjon Lynch.
Yeah, what are the guys on Instagram that always give away free tickets? The lawyers.
Krasno, and I'm with the Gingo. I have no idea.
No, I think it's Ponley Hockey.
Yes, it is Ponley Hockey. Yes.
The good-looking guy.
I'm kidding.
The good-looking guy.
Krasno.
It's TV.
I always. That's the old school.
If I'm John Morgan or Ponley Hockey, I'm like making a PR release that I want to represent this guy because he got shoved, and the Eagles fan didn't touch him. He was just jaw jacking, and the one guy got shoved. I would want that case. I would work that case for free. That'd be the most Philly.
Come on,
That'd be the most
Ponley
Philly.
Hockey, step it up.
That'd be the most Philly you could do. Most Philly.
Yes, I'm DMing them right now. Ponley Hockey.
You got to represent this guy in the court. In the court.
Yes. Yeah, they have good Instagram, Ponley Hockey. All right, so that's a free shout out for them.
I like that.
All
Somebody said 53 men on the Eagles control their own destiny. So Shaq Leonard's got to come here. They do control their own destiny right now. They win the next 2 games. They are the 1 seed. They are winning the NFC East. And every game road travels through Philly, which we know what happens when that happens. Period.
Travis, write this down. P.O. Box 325, Marmora, New Jersey, 08223. Phil, put it in the comments. P.O. Box 325, Marmora, New Jersey, 08223. Send us a self-addressed envelope with a stamp, and we'll send you back a sticker if you're listening right now. We usually say that towards the end of the podcast. Anybody that's been listening this long will send you a sticker, but send us an envelope with your address on it and a stamp so we don't lose it because we're always. And we got. If I write it down, I'll probably lose it.
Christmas shopping time. Hope my wife doesn't hear. I got her the Buddy Ryan Mitchell sweater and and there's Philthyandphilly.com has discounted on the original merch store. NFL Shop and Fanatics still have holiday deals at Philthyandphilly.com. So
yeah, buddy. Yeah, 20% off everything on Philthyandphilly.com. All you got to do is sign up for emails on our partner's website, 570 Creative. It's the first or second link on our link tree. So philthyandphilly.com takes you to our link tree. And those first 3 links have killer deals, including our original stuff at 20% off. So, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, and we got what's the Niners Eagles betting line? Are the Niners still favorite?
Yes, Niners are 3-point favorites. Last time I checked, unless that changed in a few hours.
Niners Eagles betting.
What do we got?
Coming at you. Who wins? Niners are 2.5-point favorites. Over
55.6% chance.
Over under is 46.5 points. The Eagles won 31-13, which is 44 points, and that was the NFC Championship. Oh no, the Niners coming off a 31-13 win against the Seahawks. 46 points. I'm taking the over. I don't care about no rain.
Yeah, I don't care about the rain either. Rain didn't matter in Buffalo.
48, 24 tie.
Tie? Phil predicts a tie. That's bold. I like that. I think the Eagles go over 30 again. Let's give them 34 this time. Let's give them 34 to a demoralizing 20.
I would have taken a tie.
Birds. I would have taken a touchdown win.
I would have taken a tie last week because we still would have only had 1 loss. All the other teams got 3, maybe 4 once we beat the Niners and the Cowboys. And really a tie doesn't really help Buffalo. They needed to win. Now they're down bad. But what was your score? Sorry.
34-20. 2 touchdowns, baby.
34-20. The Eagles finally
break out.
Roll.
We break out. We finally roll. And the place goes berserk, and it's Jason masks, and it's mayhem. Yeah.
It's a 24-24 tie. But if I gotta pick a winner, 28-24 Eagles. But it's a tie.
No, I like 20. I like the tie. 24-20. A tie is amazing. I honestly, you gotta bet that. Like, if you don't, you're a fool.
A tie.
24-24. What's the odds on just like game to end in tie? It's got to be like plus like 10,000.
Especially after last week, because last week literally should have. If they got a field goal and we would have went down and got only a field goal instead of 7, thing would have ended the tie.
Rusty's on my level. With
the big blowout, fumbles. Hassan Reddick 4 sacks.
Yeah. I'm going to 20 because I say they settle for like a couple field goals and then maybe get like a touchdown or 2 later. 21 implies they score 3 touchdowns. I'm saying 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. They're settling for 3 on Sunday.
You heard it here first. Send us your mails and send us your predictions in the comments. And if you miss any of this,
I like being underdogs too.
And if you miss any of this, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, which
www.philthy.com. Everything we got going on. Philthyandphilly.com.
Alrighty. We out.
Go Birds.